bowl game is about a lot more than just the game. It's a chance for students, coaches, administrators, and families to be rewarded for their success during the grueling season. And what better way to reward these student athletes than to put them in the water to test their fears with dolphins.
I'm from the city. I never, imagined playing with dolphins or even having dolphins swimming around me. I'm not really a beach person, but it was just nice to, do this for the first time, and it was a fun experience. After they started swimming around, you start getting a little more comfortable, especially with the trainers. So it was a fun time after a long practice, and then, being in the heat and things like that, and then wanting to relax and take your mind off of things. This definitely did it, because when you're in there, your main focus is not to get drugged out there by a dolphin, but it's also fun because, it's your first experience, and then you got to look around and just take the time to appreciate the, scenery and things like that.
I think you got me mistaken for some other people. The other guys were nervous, but I was really excited. I was actually hoping to be able to swim with them some more and let them move me around, but it was an awesome experience. And, those other guys, they had to sign special waivers because they were just so scared. So
Cam Thomas is definitely nervous. We had to read through the whole waiver and make sure we signed everything, make sure everything looked good before we signed it.
I would say Dowdy, Brandon Dowdy. And I was scared, but he had to use the bathroom before we had to go. He was worried about the waivers and things like that. So, for him, that's a low for me because he's the almighty Brandon Dowdy. But it was pretty funny.
Let me tell you something. Never listen to Brandon Dowdy. Okay, that's my roommate. I know everything about him. Don't listen to Brandon Dowdy.
Ron, I have to say, I was not expecting Brandon Dowdy to be the most scared. And as you saw, I asked him, 4-year-olds do this, right?
I thought Brandon Dowdy was this tough football player, afraid of dolphins. Brandon, I swam with stingrays. They can hurt you. Dolphins can't. But I'll get over it, I'm sure. Next year, though, if I do see him, I will give him some grief about that.
Be sure to do that, because I didn't want to throw it out there. Hey, I wanted to be a killer whale trainer, and that's like 12 dolphins combined.
Well, I guess if you put his offensive lineman around him, the Dolphins couldn't get him, and he'd probably feel a lot more comfortable.
Probably a little bit, but it wasn't just WKU who enjoyed the perks of their bowl destination. All of our schools got to enjoy the city that they were placed in. They got to go to the mountains, enjoy the beaches. La Tech even caught a Mavs game, and Rice got to see Pearl Harbor. A lot of once-in-a-lifetime opportunities for these guys.
Absolutely, because what's part of a bowl game is the experience you have while you were there. You talk to any coach, it's kind of a time to just let the guys enjoy it and also make it educational for them. And I think going to Pearl Harbor was incredible. I mean, if Rice went there and what they saw, I've been there and a lot of people have, it's very emotional, and it gives you a real sense of history. And I think for Louisiana Tech going to a Mavericks game, you don't have a chance to see a lot of NBA action live when, from Louisiana, and to go there, and what a great job the Bulls do to get with the city and try to make this a great experience. I think that's really fun to see, that these young men being able to do things that they're normally not going to do.
I mean, that's what the point of a bowl is.
That's all what the bowl's about, absolutely.